Basically, you've got to use the car in an oversteer situation on all the corners, which means the back wheels are sliding more than the front. And that way you've got a lot more control over the car. You've still got steering, you've got brakes.
Let's relate that technique to this section of road in front of us, Roger.
Well, the most important thing about any corner is the way you come out of it. And you've got to come out of it with power on, as you've seen, with the tail hanging out. And you've got to aim for that sort of situation. So, as we enter the bend, we brake in slightly the opposite way. And then when we stop braking for the corner, we change the attitude of the car into an oversteer situation and hold the car out on power. And power it the whole way through the corner. You're balancing the car on the accelerator pedal. And the amount of power you apply alters the attitude of the car.
Yes.
As you slacken off, the car will come back into line.
What kind of trouble can you get yourself into?
Well, if you've got the car set up correctly, then it doesn't matter what the road does. At least you can do something about it.
Yeah.
So you've got to have the car in a controlled oversteer situation. And then if the road tightens up, you can apply more power and tighten the corner up. Yes. Effectively, I mean, if you wanted to stop, you could just spin the car to a stop.
Right, well, we've seen it on the blackboard. Let's see you drive it. Watch Clark from the sidelines, and he makes it look so easy. That's child's play. But, oh, dear, what an exit. So let's try Clark's way with a bit more power. Something like this. Well, it's taken you how long to be able to drive a car, the way you were showing us?
Well, I've been at it for a long time, 15 years I think now. But it certainly is a queer technique and only suitable for off-the-road special stage events.
Could I become a Roger Clark?
No. I would think even the best will in the world, it would take between 3 and 5 years for someone to be really competitive.
Teach me to go very much more quickly on that special stage over a period of time?
I could probably teach you to drive a lot safer.
And faster?
Well, being safe would also mean going faster, I think.
Yeah.
Just half throttle. Just leave, don't keep pumping it, just leave it to half throttle. That's it, now just leave it.
That first mile or two at the wheel feels so different. But after a couple of days with Clark, things begin to hang together. In fact, it's not too long before the lap times are down to within half a minute of Clark's, which is pretty good. Whoops! Well, anyone can make mistakes. Now, let's see. The Scottish Rally. Well, it's got 44 special stages. Average length? Oh, about the same as this track. I'm only half a minute slower than Clark. Hang on. That's nearly half an hour behind at the finish. Oh, that's exciting, that really is. I got out of the rut at one point there, though, Roger, didn't I?
Yes, and once you get out, of course, you're in the loose soil and...
Was it because I didn't put enough power on? I mean, I let it slide out.
That's right, I let it slide a little bit too wide, and then once you get out of the ruts, then you're in trouble.
If I'd applied more power, I'd have stayed in, wouldn't I?
It would have helped, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I don't suppose I changed gear enough anyway, but I was more concerned about handling this up here. This is perhaps the most difficult
That's the
part
most difficult thing, because on a loose surface you have to use much bigger correction movements than your normal.
I suddenly felt at some point I was round here and I didn't know where to go. I couldn't go any farther. Oh, it's a marvellous feeling. Marvellous feeling.
Good.
Was it too bad?
No, it's very good first time.
Well, the damage is only superficial there, Roger. What did I do wrong?
It's a nice, neat job, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, isn't it? What happened?
Well, basically, I don't think you've got enough arms.
It's a problem, isn't it? Trying to get it back
in
again.
a knot, yes.
Too much oversteer, was it? I mean, it was very close into the bank, I suppose, was it?
Yes, I think you're entering the corners a little too quickly, and getting a bit untidy. I think if you go into them slower and get your line right, you'll come out much tidier.
At the moment, I think I'm just trying to survive on the corners. You know, I'm not even thinking whether I'm going in too slowly and too quick. It's all happening so quickly, isn't it, really?
You're obviously having fun.
Yes, I am. It's great fun.
Well, perhaps we should leave the Scottish for another year. Mind you, wouldn't it be great?
Well, it's been 4 days, 120 miles, Roger. This car's stood up to it very well, isn't it?
It's been very good, hasn't it?
Yeah. In looking back on those 4 days, would you say that there's been a noticeable improvement in the way one has driven?
Well, I think you've had time to think about what you're doing and correct the major mistakes. And you're obviously driving quite competently now in the forest.
What did you think when you first saw me drive, or when you first had me as a passenger?
Well, I'm always a little apprehensive because a lot of people don't realise just how dangerous it can be and how difficult it is to drive in the forest. It's a completely different environment and something which the normal driver never encounters. So it's always interesting to see how people tackle the problem.
I think we've suggested there's no way that anyone could become another Roger Clark, but if one continued training in this way, is there any way that a driver like me or someone like me could enter a rally?
Oh, no reason why not at all. It'd be a good experience for you.
But it would be a private interest. You won't want to sort of spend a lot of money on a motor car and preparing a motor car for me to destroy it.
No, it's the same as any sport. I think to get to the professional standard, then you've got to have an awful lot of experience. Rallies are endurance events, and things go wrong and decisions have to be made. And the winner is the one that makes all the right ones. It's been very interesting to work with Fords, developing cars, developing parts, and the engineering background I've got certainly helps that way. I've got a lot of confidence in my ability to make the car do what I want to do. If you know you can do something, then I don't think you need a lot of courage to do it. You've got to have a bit of tiger in you. You've got to be single-minded enough to close your mind and really concentrate on the job in hand. So I don't enjoy coming second. I think I pride myself on doing anything I do, I do it well. I certainly do it to the best of my ability.